keeping your knees there, straighten both arms above your head. Then grab your right forearm with your left hand and gently pull it slightly up. Feeling this nice stretch all the way through your arm, your armpit, the right side of the ribs, going into the hip. Release the grip. Return your hands to cactus. On your next inhale, bring your knees back to center and then drop the knees to the right. Keep your knees in the right. Reach your arms up above your head. Grab your left forearm in the center of the forearm, so you're not grabbing on the wrist. You don't want to pull on the wrist. Center of the forearm with your right hand and just gently pulling it up. If you are pulling the skin of your forearm up towards the wrist. It's just a gentle, gentle pull. Deep, nice breath in and out. One more full round of breath. And bring your hands back to cactus. On an inhale, return your knees to center. Good. Now hug your knees into the chest. Not hugging the knees too tight in the chest, just bringing your hands on the knees. And make big circles with the knees, drawing big circles, drawing the knees to the chest and then away. You can open your knees a little bit wider, away from one another, massaging your lower back. Whichever side you're moving, you're making big circles. Make one more big circle to that same direction, and then reverse. Start making circles to the opposite direction. Good. One more. Last one. Wonderful. Now come back to where your knees are at your chest. Bring your knees to touch. Now slide your hands onto the center of your thighs and gently push the knees away from your face. When you feel that the knees are above your hips, stop there. And lift your heels so the heels are in line with your knees. So if you were upright, it's almost as if you were sitting on a stool. Now flex both feet, spread through all 10 toes. You can keep your hands on the thighs or relax your hands by your sides. Nice to relax the hands by your sides. Open them a little bit wider, about 45 degrees, so your shoulders can relax down. Now you can feel how your abs, your core is working. If you feel a really large arch in the lower back, there are a few ways of how to try to eliminate it. You can bring your hands onto your lower ribs and just without squeezing the ribs down, just imagine that your hands are heavy and the ribs are descending down. If this doesn't feel good for your back, bring your feet down first. And then bring your hands under your butt. Your palms are flat. Just adjust there, however it feels good. And then lift up the same way, where your knees are above the hips and your feet are flexed, knees together. One more breath. Now hug your knees into your chest and make a few circles to one direction, just releasing, and circles to the other direction, a few circles. Now return to the same exact position, either hands behind your butt, underneath your butt, or arms out to the sides. Knees above the hips, heels in line with the knees. Flare through the toes, really flex through the feet, pressing through the heels. Now squeeze your thighs together, squeeze the feet together. Now keeping the knees above your hips. Start moving the knees to the right. And then back to center and then to the left. Continue this movement. It can be really, really little. Where I want you to feel it, I I want you to feel your lower abdomen engage. So when you move the knees from one side to another, make sure that the knees still stay in line with your hips, so they don't move. In other words, they don't move closer to your armpits. I'm exaggerating here now. So it feels quite hard. Yeah. Feel it in your abs, in the lower abs. Few more times. Few more times to one side and another. Keep engaging through your feet, flexing through the feet, pressing through the heels. Good. One last time to one side and another. Finish your round on the left. Then hug your knees into your chest and roll it out. Rolling, making a few circles to one direction and then a few circles to another direction. Maybe half circles, whatever feels good. So just let go of this moment of hard work. Good. Now bring your left foot down on the ground, knee bent, and reach your right leg up. It can be straight or semi-straight. If your leg is straight, make sure that your knee is soft. Open your arms by your side. And now start making circles with your ankle. Just rolling your ankle from one side to another. Making big circles, either slow or fast. The slower you move, the bigger you can create the circle. Just feel how your ankle moves. Notice which direction it's moving to, and now reverse the circle, starting to draw a circle the opposite direction. Nice movement into the ankles. You feel lots of crackling in the ankles. Rather than making the circle even bigger, start making it a little bit smaller so you don't really hear the crackling. Good. And now bend the right knee and lift the left leg up. And the same, start circles with your ankles. You had a paintbrush in between your big toe and the second toe. You're trying to draw the circles on the ceiling. Good, and now reverse the circle. Few more. Good. Bend the left knee and bring the left foot down. Very good. Now bring the right knee into your chest. Extend the left leg straight and flat on the ground. Point the left toes to face up towards the ceiling. Then interlace your hands behind your right thigh, center of the thigh. Flex through both feet. Start pressing through the right heel and straightening the right leg. And maybe that leg strains just a little bit. Keep your thigh where it is. So rather than making the leg straight and moving your thigh away from your face, keep your thigh close to the ribs and just straighten the leg only as far as it comes straight by pushing through the right heel. Good. Bend the right knee into your chest and then bring the right foot down onto the floor. Bend the left knee, straighten your right leg. Flex the right toes, reach the right heel away from your hip. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh, letting that thigh descend down towards your ribs. Taking a few breaths here. Now flex to the left foot and start pressing through the left heel, straightening the left leg. The same way here, keep your thigh where it was, and with the hands interlaced behind your thigh, you can really feel the hamstring getting a nice stretch. Flex through both feet. reaching through both heels. Good, bend the left knee, bring the left foot down, and I'll bend both knees. Option here to keep your hands by your sides, palms face up, or to bring your hands behind your butt again, whatever feels good for support for you. Now bring the knees towards the chest where your knees are above your hips, same way as we did before. Flex through both feet, lift your heels as high as the knees. Now starting to reach through both heels, start straightening the legs. And maybe the legs come straight, maybe they don't. Option here is always to keep your knees bent. So I will show you the option with the knees bent, and then I'll show you the option with the legs straight. Now on an inhale, straighten your right leg and bring the right heel down, floating away from the mat, just a touch. And then bend the knee and bring it back to the starting position. On your next inhale, straighten the left leg and then bring it down almost towards the ground, or if it touches, just touch it barely, and then bend the knee, bringing it back. On your next breath in, open the knees wide. Take an exhale. On an inhale, come back to center and repeat. So now with the straight legs, and you can start with the knees bent and then you can come to the straight legs. We move with an inhale. On an inhale, start lowering the right leg. Take an exhale. On an inhale, bring it back up. Next inhale, lower the left leg. Exhale. And inhale, bring it back up. Exhale. Inhale, open the legs wide. And exhale. Inhale, bring the legs together. And exhale. 3 more rounds. Inhale, lower the right leg. And exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, and then up. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, and inhale together, sorry. 2 more rounds at your own pace. When you're done with your 2 rounds, bend the knees into your chest. Just take a few circles, just letting go, relaxing, rolling it out. Good work, hard work. If you're making circles to one direction, make sure you make circles to the other direction as well. Lots of core work today. All right. Now bring your feet on the ground, on the floor, about hip width distance apart, and knees bent towards your butt.